my name is Breezy. For my informative speech, I'll be talking about the life of Anne Frank. She was a German girl and a Jewish victim. She was famous for her experiences that she wrote in her diary. So her story is a lesson to all of us that it doesn't matter where you come from or how little you may feel in this world, but what you can do with the great impacts that you can do in this world like she did. I learned a great amount of research from watching her documentaries. There's a movie that was made about her, and also her diary. So I learned quite an amount of important information that I will be informing you in my speech. In the view of the fact that her enduring suffering, Anne Frank is a role model and inspiration to everyone that has watched her, listened to, read her story about her being a Jewish girl during the Holocaust. The three main points that I'll be talking about is her personal life, the experiences she had to go through during the secret annex, and how Anne Frank's, what she went through, how did that impact the history of the Holocaust. The early years of Anne Frank they were normal, they were fun. Once she turned into a teenager, that all changed. She was born in the German city of Frankfurt in 1929. She had a sister named Margaret. She was 3 years older than her. Once that in Germany, the unemployment became very high, and so once that happened, people became very poor. Adolf Hitler and his Nazi army were gaining support and saying that they would solve the country's problems, but however, the Nazis hated the Jews because they felt that they were the ones creating the problems, so they blamed them for it. So when the Nazis came in power in 1933, the hostility to the Jews had then increased. So then Anne Frank's parents, Otto and Edith, they decided to flee to the Netherlands, and they ended up and settled in Amsterdam. So once they moved there, Anne Frank then she felt happy again. She felt at home. She made new friends and learned Dutch. But after that, 6 years later, the war broke loose across Europe in 1939. Nazi Germany invaded Poland, and going on 1940, the German army invaded the Netherlands. So once that happened, the Nazis made the Jews' life so difficult, and the Jews were not allowed to do anything. And if they did, or if they broke any rules of what the Nazis had said, then they would be punished for them. They were required to wear a star on them, so the Nazis would keep them separated and know that they're Jews. They were required to. In 1942, Margot was ordered to go to the labor camps. So then, once that happened, the Frank family went into hiding. It is known to be that because of the moment of Anne Frank's life started, it was to change. She started writing in her diary of the incidents that were normal to when she last wrote in her diary. And according to a pre-reviewed journal titled Anne Frank, it was published by Great Neck in 2017, and it was written by Ryan and Loveday. Anne Frank was born on June 12th of 1929 in Germany. For 2 years, well, going on to the next point, for 2 years, the other people in the group called the Frank family were then hidden at a place called the Secret Annex until they were raided by the Nazis authorities. So there was 8 people that were in the Secret Annex, and they were all loyal staff members and friends of Otto, Anna Frank's dad. And during when they were hiding, the Nazis were arresting and reporting Jews to the labor camps. And however, in reality, when they said labor camps, that it meant concentration camps. So it was like they were going there to death camps. It was death penalties. They're all gonna die if they went to those camps. So Anna Frank diary, she wrote about the hiding place of her, about her thoughts and feelings and whatnot, and an appeal by the Dutch government in London, it inspired Anna to rework her diary of the entries that she wrote into a book. And before she could finish her book, they were then discovered by the Nazi people, and all 8 of them were captured in August 4th of 1944. After those people that were in hiding, they were arrested, and the hiding place was cleared by order of the arresting officers. So all the remaining items that were there, they were left of clothes, furniture, personal belongings, and were seized and distributed to the bombed out and the other families in Germany. They were then, like I said, they were then deported, and their deaths and arrested to concentration death camps. So lastly, moving forward to the last point, and Anna Frank's impact on the Holocaust in the world has taught us the good of lessons that we should apply to our lives. So Anna Frank was not the only person that wrote in a diary during the Holocaust times. There was other young Jewish people who also wrote diaries, but Anna Frank was one out of many, not one out of many, but her diary survived. So in February of 1945, Anna Frank and Margot died of typhus in the concentration camp in Bergen-Belsen when Anna Frank was only 15 years old. So after World War II ended in 1945, 6 million Jewish people had been killed by Nazis. And among the survivors, one of them was Anna Frank's dad, Otto. He moved back to Amsterdam and lived there until he died. Among this, he discovered how much writing meant to Anna because she wrote that in her diary. And before she could publish her book, she couldn't because she went to the concentration camps. So then her dad, Otto, had published the book for her. And once that her book was published, it was translated into 70 different languages. And now the secret annex from where they were in hiding is now a museum, according to Anna Frank's house website posted on the museum in Amsterdam. So over a year they get 1 million people visiting there. Now that we've talked about Anna Frank and her life during the Holocaust, let's go over and cover everything. To wrap it up, I have talked about the 3 main points: her personal life, the experiences she had to go through during the secret annex, and lastly, how her life made a great impact during the Holocaust and changed the world by her story. Overall, Anna Frank has inspired many individuals because she encountered the true horrors of the Holocaust, and during that, she had a faithful and positive attitude doing it. Anna Frank had a quote Anna Frank once said in her diary, in spite of everything, I still believe people are really good at heart. So that quote, I feel like, is very special to me because it applies to all of our lives. And even in difficult situations, we should always look on the positive and brighter side on everything, no matter where we are or who, no matter what, and everyone and everything. So that is my speech on the life of Anne Frank. Thank you for listening.